Greetings to everybody. My name is Gabriel Albavera, and I am the principal of LC Allen High School. I'm honored to have been asked to share with all of you a little bit about myself and my profession. I am, as the principal of LC Allen High School, needless to say, the journey has been long. My educational journey began in the mid-'70s when I attended Windsor schools. I attended Head Start Elementary and Middle School in Windsor. And at the time, I didn't know how much my teachers played a role in what I would later become. I had some excellent teachers that really cared about me and my learning that became role models as well. Teachers like Melinda Melendez, who was my first grade teacher, and Tomas Acuna over at Windsor Elementary were so impactful because they looked and sounded just like me. They both spoke Spanish to me, and we learned Spanish in class. I was so lucky to have them in my elementary school years, real role models that played a huge part of my life. In high school, that continued with Mr. Roberto Ramirez, my algebra and geometry teacher at Hillsburg High School, another role model that cared about me and my education. I honestly wasn't thinking at all about continuing my education after high school. None of my older brothers finished high school, and none of my extended family had ever even attempted to go to higher education. I wanted to go to San Jose State right after high school, and my counselor at the time said that I was not fully prepared to go right into a 4-year university due to my remedial classes. And needless to say, I was a little upset. At the time, I didn't even know what remedial meant. He suggested that I attended Santa Rosa Junior College, and at the time, I wasn't going for that. So I decided just to go to work. I actually worked for 2 years right out of high school at a Mexican restaurant in Santa Rosa, and was doing that happily until one day a coworker said to me, "Hey, why don't we just take some classes at the JC?" After thinking about it, I said, "Sure, let's do it." We enrolled at San Jose Junior College and took 2 classes during the summer: History 17.1, I'll never forget, and Political Science. I thought I would give it a try. And at the end of the summer, uh, I got a D in history and an F in political science. I was so upset, but I knew that I wasn't ready and I didn't put my full effort into the classes. I would have been busy. It would have been easy to quit. Nobody would have questioned me, but I decided to take a full load for the next semester. I also got connected with Luz Navarrete, another important person who played a big role in my life. Helped me with any questions that I had or any problems. Luz was there for me and made my life at JC much easier. She also set up a field trip to San Jose State and Santa Clara University. I signed up as soon as I could because that was my dream school. The trip to San Jose State confirmed what I had been feeling when I was in high school, and Luz helped me apply and I got accepted. I took a full load of classes and I did really well. I had raised my GPA up above a 3.0, and I was so energized as well. I also got involved with the fraternity. In 1991 school year, I joined the New Alpha Kappa fraternity, and that also had a positive impact on my education. I met gentlemen that in some cases were raised just like me, looked like me, spoke like me, listened to the music that I did, and I compared myself to them. That's when I really began to think about being a teacher, because these guys were engineers, teachers, journalists, and radio personalities. Then I got the bombshell. I would not be able to continue my studies at San Jose State due to the fact that I didn't have enough money. So I came back and enrolled at Sonoma State. At Sonoma State, I flourished. My GPA went up to a 4.0, and by the time it was over, I was magna cum laude. It was great. I was so proud of myself. In 5 years of higher education, I went from a 0.05 to a 4.0. More importantly, my parents were proud of me. This was special to me because my mom didn't finish 6th grade and my father didn't finish 3rd grade. Both of them coming from Mexico. My mom from Michoacan, Mexico, and my dad from Morelos, and just had to come to work for their family. So when I got that diploma, it meant so much to them. Also, by that time, I had become a father as well. And now I had even more motivation to continue my education. I had decided to go for my teaching credential. I actually got started working for migrant education and became a tutor for them. I was placed at Geyserville High School. I really loved the students and I loved working at Geyserville. I loved what I was doing. I was there for about 5 months when I got approached by the principal and asked if I would be interested in taking over a class for the school year. I was scared, but I was also excited because I had worked with the students already. So I had an emergency credential and my teaching career began. I'm not going to lie, that first year was tough, it was difficult, it was challenging, but it taught me so much. After a few years, I decided to go back to school and get my master's in counseling as well and get my counseling credential. It took me 3 years, but I got it done. I got hired as a bilingual counselor at LC Allen High School in 1992. Excuse me, in 2002, not 1992. Was there for a year doing some great work, and all of a sudden, budget cuts. I was basically getting ready to go back into the classroom when one of my other mentors, Raul Guerrero, now the principal at Calistoga High School, suggested that I get into administration. So I enrolled back at school, Sonoma State University, to get my administrative credential. The following year, I got hired as an admin intern and began my administrative career. I started out as an assistant principal at LC Allen High School. I worked as an assistant principal for 10 years. And that work was challenging, but also rewarding in so many different ways. We worked with students with discipline, which was a large part of the work, but also with sports, curriculum, relationship building, and any support that our students or families needed. This was not an easy job, like I said, and needless to say, it was rewarding. In 2013, I was hired as the director of the Office of Student and Family Engagement for Santa Rosa City Schools. I enjoy this job as well. I work with students and families in a different way. I also worked with students and families from all parts of Santa Rosa, not just the Southwest. I got to work with other administrators as well in the district, supporting them and supporting our students and families. In 2015, I was hired as a new principal at Ridgeway High School. Again, another rewarding position and challenging as well. Working with students, at-risk students. Ridgeway was special due to the fact that it was work with our most vulnerable students, students that had struggled academically and just needed that little extra support. After 3 years at Ridgeway, I got the opportunity to be the principal of LC Allen High School. And that's where I'm at now, right here, LC Allen High School. Again, coming home was special, back where it all began in my administrative career. Now, obviously in a different capacity, but I'm humbled to be where I am because I hope to be that exact person that I had spoken about when I was in school. I want our LC Allen High School community to know that this is their school. They are the reason that I am here. My passion for my students and family runs deep because when I speak to my students, I feel the in lakesh, basically, which means the Aztec words for you are my other me. Every time I look into my students' eyes, I see myself and I can't let my students down. Because if I do, I'll let myself down. My students are like my family and they are my kids. They are my responsibility. And I feel the same way about their families. So if there's anything I can do, I am there to assist. I truly believe that I am where I am supposed to be. If you're thinking about life and education, whether it's counseling, whether it's mentoring, whether it's teaching or administration, I encourage you to follow your dreams. If you ever have a thought of getting into any of it, please do not hesitate to get in contact with me. I will support you in any way and obviously answer any questions that you might have. My email is galbavera, Albavera, at srcs.k12.ca.us. And I will be happy to support you in any way that is needed. Thank you for your time. And I look to hear from you if you have or need any support. Thank you.